The Ferryman was written by Claire McFall. It is a young adult novel that was first published in 2013. The book tells the story of a girl named Dylan who finds herself in an unfamiliar world after a tragic accident. This story blends adventure, romance, and mystery, creating an engaging journey that follows Dylan as she tries to understand her fate and find her way forward. The book is inspired by the myth of Charon, the ferryman who carries souls across the river to the afterlife, but it reimagines the concept in a fresh and emotional way. With its mix of suspense, heartfelt moments, and supernatural elements, Ferryman captivates readers by exploring the deep connections between life and death. The story begins with Dylan on a train traveling to meet her father for the first time. She is nervous but excited, wondering how her father will react to seeing her after all these years. However, before she can reach her destination, disaster strikes. The train suddenly crashes, and everything changes in an instant. When Dylan wakes up, she finds herself in a desolate and empty place. The world around her is gray and silent, with no other passengers or signs of life. At first, she is confused and does not understand what has happened. She tries to recall the accident, but everything feels distant and surreal. Then she meets a boy named Tristan. He tells her that she has died in the accident and that she is now in the wasteland, a place between life and death. His job is to guide her safely across this land to the afterlife. Dylan does not want to believe him at first. She argues and insists that there must be a mistake. She still feels alive. She can walk, talk, and think just as she did before. However, as they begin their journey, she starts to see that the world they are in is not normal. The wasteland is vast and endless, with a landscape that stretches on forever in shades of gray. There is no sun or moon, just a dull sky that never changes. The ground is barren, with no plants, animals, or signs of civilization. The silence is unsettling, making Dylan feel as if she is the only person left in existence. But soon, she realizes she is not alone. There are dark creatures called wraiths that lurk in the shadows, waiting to take lost souls. Tristan warns her that they must keep moving, because if they stop, the wraiths will come for her. Dylan has no choice but to follow him. As they travel together, Dylan and Tristan begin to learn more about each other. Tristan has been a ferryman for a long time. He has guided many souls before her, and he always stays in the wasteland while they move on to the next world. He is supposed to remain distant, just doing his job, but with Dylan, things feel different. Dylan is strong-willed and refuses to accept her fate easily. She asks him many questions and challenges his way of thinking. She wants to know who he really is, where he came from, and why he ended up as a ferryman. Tristan, who has always seen himself as just a guide, starts to feel emotions he did not expect. For the first time, he questions his purpose and wonders if he is meant to be more than just a ferryman. Their journey is not easy. The wasteland is dangerous, and the wraiths become more aggressive as they get closer to their destination. Dylan struggles to keep going, but Tristan does everything he can to protect her. At one point, she almost gives up, feeling that there is no hope. However, Tristan encourages her and stays by her side, giving her the strength to continue. Along the way, Dylan realizes that she does not want to leave him behind. She starts to wish that they could stay together, even though she knows that is not how the journey is supposed to end. They form a deep bond, and what started as a reluctant partnership grows into something more meaningful. As they continue forward, Dylan starts to question everything. If the afterlife exists, does that mean there is a way to change fate? Is she really meant to leave Tristan behind? These thoughts trouble her, and she becomes more determined to find another way. Tristan, on the other hand, tries to remain detached. He tells her that all souls must move on and that he cannot change what is meant to be. But deep down, he knows that he does not want her to go either. When they finally reach the border of the afterlife, Dylan is faced with a choice. She has grown attached to Tristan, and she does not want to leave him behind. She asks if there is another way, but Tristan tells her that this is how it must be. He cannot cross with her. Dylan refuses to accept this and does something no soul has done before. She fights against her fate. Instead of stepping into the afterlife, she turns back and runs. Tristan is shocked, and for the first time, he does not know what to do. He has never seen anyone resist the process before. The moment Dylan refuses to cross, the wasteland reacts violently, as if trying to correct her mistake. The ground shakes, the sky darkens, and the wraiths let out terrifying cries. As Dylan flees, the wasteland becomes unstable. The forces that control this world are enraged by her defiance. The wraiths swarm around her, and the path to the afterlife starts to collapse. Tristan realizes that Dylan is not like the others. She has the will to fight, and that changes everything. He makes a decision that no ferryman has ever made before. He follows her. Together, they try to escape the wasteland, but it is not easy. The closer they get to the other side, the more the wasteland fights back. They are chased by shadows, trapped in illusions, and forced to confront their deepest fears. Dylan and Tristan must rely on each other completely to survive. In the end, they find a way out. Dylan wakes up in a hospital, alive. She has survived the train crash, even though she should not have. It is a miracle, but something feels missing. She remembers everything that happened in the wasteland, and she cannot forget Tristan. She wonders if it was real or just a dream. However, deep inside, she knows the truth. She knows that Tristan is real, and she refuses to let go of him. The story leaves readers with a feeling of hope and longing, as Dylan sets out to find a way back to him. The Ferryman is a unique and emotional story that takes readers on a journey through life, death, and love. It is a story about choice, fate, and the power of human will. Dylan and Tristan's journey is full of danger, but it is also full of deep emotions and connections that make it unforgettable. Their love defies the boundaries of life and death, proving that some bonds are too strong to be broken. As readers reach the final page, they are left wondering what happens next and whether Dylan and Tristan will ever reunite.